Hey guys, welcome to Culinary Diplomacy. I'm your host, Hoda Elamir. Thank you to our gracious host, Chef Ivan Bieko, for letting us film in his beautiful kitchen here in the West Village of Manhattan. Please follow him on Instagram and other forms of social media at Red Inside Culinary. Today's guest is Hanan Rasheed, Palestinian immigrant, chef, and humanitarian. Challenged with learning a new language, adjusting to a new country, and a new lifestyle, Hanan used her strong sense of taste to bring a piece of home to America.
Well, thanks for having me here today, actually. I love to cook.
Okay.
As you all know, all Palestinians love to cook and feed people. When I got to the U.S. in 1973, I was 14 years old.
Oh, wow.
And so I missed home so much, and I missed my mom's cooking, and so I started cooking from memory how my mother's food tasted.
Okay.
And at that time, I don't know, you're too young to know, but in 1973, there wasn't any means of communication like we do now. At just the press of the button, you can call your family across the world. I didn't have those amenities, so I had to really, from memory, close my eyes and remember, okay, the mulukhiyya, did she have in it onions? Did she have garlic? I took it on as a mission that I want to learn, and years later, of course, with my kids, I have 5 kids, they have to eat, so
Right.
I started cooking and learning and asking questions, and I became to know how to cook. And I love my country and I love my food, and I want to bring this taste and the smell not only to comfort me and to keep the lineage and the bridge for my kids. I want to make this bridge between the Palestinians and this country and other countries, that we have amazing food and we are amazing people. We love to host, we love to feed.
Of course.
We're very normal human beings. And so that's my thing when I started doing this. And then being a Palestinian, as you know, you have kind of in your blood that you're going to be political, whether you like it or not. So I started speaking on behalf of Palestine.
So, Hanan, tell me a little bit about your backstory and why you had to leave Palestine at such a young age.
Oh, the first time I left Palestine, we became refugees after the '67 war, which marked the Israeli military occupation of the West Bank and Gaza.
Okay.
I was actually 8 years old
Oh, wow.
at that time, and so we fled to Jordan. We stayed for about a year and a half, and half of our family felt safe to come back, like the women and the young children. The rest of our family kind of stayed in Jordan, and that separation stayed permanent. They're still in Jordan. I was 8 years old, and so as I said, we snuck back, and then in 1973, I became an immigrant when I came to the U.S.
Today you're cooking shakshuka for us.
Yes,
Is that correct?
and
Okay,
so we cook that in NYU with my friend Itamar.
It smells
And
delicious.
I chose the shakshuka, thank you, is because it's a familiar food to the both people.
Mm-hmm.
And when people come into the room, they come in sometimes not meaning to be friends or dialogue, they just wanted to come in. And then when we have this cooking and the aroma and the steam, and we have the table set up with the hummus and the za'atar and everything that they are familiar with, then you see the people interacting over the food.
Yeah, I mean, it smells delicious. I mean, I'm from Egypt, so I'm familiar with this dish, but please, I would love to just what does shakshuka mean to you?
These are ingredients that are outside your backyard in your farm. My father had a lot of land, and we had everything in our land. So we'll have the tomatoes and the onions, the peppers, the garlic. Of course, you have oil because we harvest our own oil. We bring a piece of us from our homelands, so it could make us feel comfortable and belong in this country. So the shakshuka for us, which is in Arabic, we call it fried tomatoes with eggs. So it's kalayt bandura with
Okay.
bayt.
Beautiful.
And it's any day, any time of the day, any time of the year meal. You have your eggs as protein, you have your beautiful aroma, your beautiful colors of your tomatoes, and then you have the onions. And
Wow.
you can have it with a salad, you can have it with you dip your fresh bread in it.
I was gonna say, I love just dipping some pita bread in there, eating it.
Yes. When we're at home, we clean our plates with
Take
the
some
bread.
bread, yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So that's what it is, and that's what I talked about actually. We did one, like I said, in NYU, we did one at FSCJ for the FedEx.
Okay.
We had guests from both sides. We had Israelis, we had Palestinians and others, and in NYU, Itamar was my chef, who was a
Okay.
student at NYU. In Florida, Shai was my chef, who was the pickle guy.
Okay.
And what I loved about him is before he ever met me, he has his t-shirts that says, make pickles, not war.
That's beautiful.
And so mine is hummus, not war, hummus, nut walls, and chickpeas.
I like that, hummus, not walls, and chickpeas. That's really
so
cute.
I figured we'd bring the two people to similar food to one table in hopes that this can spread and people can get inspired to really break bread together and just treat each other as humans having the same needs and the same rights.
Right. And that's exactly what this is about. This is culinary diplomacy. We're here to bring people through food, one bite at a time, one country at a time, one immigrant story at a time.
Yes, and the immigrants are the most wonderful people because they do bring all of them or a piece of them from their countries. So, it's good for this country. We are a melting pot.
We really are.
Because we do bring our spices with us from the other countries and we add it to that pot that's called America.
And even here, right here, we're on McDougal Street in New York, just passing by. There are a ton of different immigrant restaurants and just you can get Indian food, you can get falafel, you can get Chinese food. Everything is literally on this street and all over New York City, and it's really amazing that you're really sharing what true Palestinian food is.
I worked with so many chefs at the James Beard House. All of them were so amazed at the Palestinian and the Middle Eastern food. There's such a welcome in for the food and people want it.
There's a very rich history and a very mixed multitude of different types of flavors from different regions coming together.
For us as people from the Middle East, there is a need for us to keep talking about where we come from and about our tradition and about our heritage. It is such a beautiful, rich heritage that we shouldn't shy away from sharing. By people loving our food and knowing that, look how yummy this food and heartfelt this food is so comforting, that the people who make it are amazing people too.
Thank you so much, Hanan. Everything looks delicious. I can't wait to eat it all, and please, can't wait to see you again. Thank you so much.
Too.
Thank you so much for joining us, guys. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Culinary Diplomacy. Stay tuned for more. Thank you.